back to Asia Leads Forum, having the agenda of different countries' action plans, reviews, and government focusing on climate change. Now, there is no doubt the next administration will face literally problems once the turnover of power happens. One of those issues which is hardly tackled during campaigns is climate change. Joining us now to discuss how the administration of climate agenda will look like is Secretary Sheen Chiu, representative of the Republic of the Philippines, Vice Chairperson of the Climate Change Commission. Secretary, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today. Pleasure greetings. We are guardians of the most beautiful country of earth. We are all hardworking, creative, and proud, but we are facing so much big challenges in the Philippines. So the Philippines is a highly vulnerable nation of more than 100 million people. So the manifestation of climate change in the form of rising temperature, variability of precipitation, frequency and intensity of typhoons, sea level rise and the risk of more droughts, floods, heat waves, and forest and grassland fires have impacts on the economy, environment, and communities. Given its geographical location, archipelagic formation in the tropical Pacific, and population distribution in the Philippines, is greatly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change and has already experienced noticeable adverse effects in recent years. So without concerted global and local action, the challenges the country will face as a result of climate change are expected to intensify in the medium of long term. In response to what has essentially become a global crisis, the government has enacted the Climate Change Act, Republic Act 9729, that provides the policy framework with which to systematically address the growing threats on community life and its impact on the environment. So as for the Climate Change Act, it establishes an organizational structure, the Climate Change Commission, and allocates budgetary resources for its important functions. Their functions include the formulation of a framework, strategy, and program in consultation with the global effort to manage climate change. So the second one is mainstreaming of climate risk reduction into national, sector, and local development plans and programs. The third one is the formulation of a framework strategy and program in consultation with the global effort to manage climate change. We are ensuring that the local governments are well prepared to deliver on the ask of the Climate Change Act of 2009. So we are having local climate change action plans, and these plans aims to articulate the strategies, their measures to adapt well to the impact of climate change. So we are investing in renewable energy to give us cleaner air. The shift to renewable is a must, and we would like to see a more aggressive shift towards renewables in our powers. So we are into the latest technologies for other renewable as anuration, so the solar, hydro, and the wind. And the challenge there is to simplify, operationalize, make it proactive and more communicative. So we must preserve the integrity of ecosystem. So our plan to create a more climate resilient and more adaptive Philippines for everyone. So we are engaging with various partnerships to implement the award nationally determined contribution, and we hope that this partnership will result in a very fruitful operation to really uplift our situation, especially of the poor, to the impact of climate change. Secretary, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today.